Welcome, everybody, to the Rick Helps Real Estate Show. I'm Jessica with Agave Homes and Investments, and I'm here to give you guys a market update. So, we had a team meeting, actually, did a team lunch in June, and had everybody at the table there. We had Pat, Ruby, Rick, Jackie, even Lisa, Rick's partner. Wonderful lunch and sat down, got together for the first time in a long time. And we've got lots of new things on the horizon for our millions and millions of subscribers. So thank you guys for hanging in there. I know it's been a couple of weeks since Rick did an update, and we appreciate your loyalty. We appreciate you guys always chiming in and giving us our comments and being part of the growth of the team. So wanted to let's first start. We've weathered some storms in the last few days, haven't we? I guess on that note, Rick weathered a storm a couple weeks ago as well, and he's in rehab, back at it. Did some PT with him a couple days ago, doing some arm push-ups and pull-ups, and he was working harder than me. I told him I got to get myself back in the gym. He's going to be ahead of me soon. But let's talk real estate, because that's what you guys came here for, right? Is to get a market update here in Arizona, toasty Arizona. So we're grateful for the Cromford Market Index. It's a lot of the makes it kind of dumbs it down for us a little bit to be able to give you guys some knowledge, help us help you in our real estate market. So the Cromford Market Index, it provides us with a short-term forecast of the balance of the market. And we talk about supply, we talk about demand, and as you can see, demand in our current market is there, and supply is the best it's been over the last few years. So I want to talk to you guys a little about where we are in week 29. So this active listing chart on July 18th that the Cromford provides us shows we've got 24,271 active listings for all those buyers out there, those sellers that are in the market to sell their home. We got 24,000 homes to choose from. Far different temperature of the market than we had a couple years ago, where we only had 6,000 homes to choose from. So it's very, very balanced market. For those of you that are worried about real estate, I think it's very important to just take a look at these simple charts and dumb it down to the fact that we've got a lot more inventory to choose from, buyers and sellers. You guys, sellers have to be a little bit more priced accordingly. You got to have your house sparkly clean, looking good. Buyers got lots of choices to choose from, and plenty of sales that happen on a monthly basis. So I had this quick move, and I did it. Okay, and I did it back. Here we go. This is July 17th. Our Cromford Market Index gives the large city rankings. And as you can see, Fountain Hills, Paradise Valley, Scottsdale, Chandler, and Phoenix always tend to stay in the top 1 through 5 of their market. We've got Glendale trailing behind, Cave Creek, Mesa, Gilbert, Avondale, Peoria, and then onwards. So we like to take a look at these charts to see where the balance is. If it hits 100 for the Cromford Market Index, we're in a balanced market, meaning, for example, Gilbert and Avondale, those cities are experiencing about the same amount of buyers and sellers. So let's take a look at a specific article that came out from Wallet Hub. And this intrigued me because as a team, we've got a surprise listing about 45 to 48 days, 50 days ago that hit the market. And we had a slow process for the first 2 weeks. We did a small price reduction. We were already priced, at market, if not a little below market value. And within 3 weeks, we had multiple showings, multiple offers. And then when I saw this first-time home buyers article come out by Wallet Hub, what they were saying is buying a home for the first time is exciting. It's an important milestone for for many Americans, but achieving that milestone is getting more difficult as prices and interest rates continue to rise. Last year, first-time buyers made up only 21% of the market compared to historical average of 40%. So people are willing to are willing and able to invest in a house this year. People willing to be able to invest in a house this year must balance what they want and need in a home that they can afford. Often people begin to search for their home without a realistic idea of market prices. So I wanted to dive into this a little bit more on obviously local level. So we have Surprise, we have Peoria, Scottsdale, Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, even Yuma. For those of you that watch us from Yuma, I know I have some followers out in Yuma. Yuma made number 5. So be cognitive that we've got some great markets here for first-time home buyers. And what I did was I went into our our personal local MLS, and I said, let's go take a look at Surprise. I wanted to take a look at how many homes were available. And I did do some criteria here, guys. I did a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and I did keep the price point under $500,000 for first-time home buyers. And there's 583 homes to choose from for buyers in Surprise. It's quite a bit of homes. And then I said, let's dial in on new homes. Let's see, we've got 168 homes available that are just built in 2026. And I think it was important to show that, incentives from builders right now, from some new home construction, to make this affordability situation happen for first-time home buyers. You've got conventional fixed rates being offered by Taylor Morrison for their villa at Rancho Mercado. And they've got 4.5% conventional fixed rates. I mean, you just can't compete with that when you look at the national average, especially current mortgage rates and above 6.5%. So, what a great opportunity for first-time home buyers to have the pick of the draw out there. Over 600 homes to choose from under 500,000. You've got 186 homes to choose from, and I think I wanted to point out, like, Peoria versus Surprise, what the average annual sales price is. And this was in July. If you take a look at Peoria, we've got the average home sales price of $613,000. And then in Surprise, average sales price of where are we? We got this. You can give it to us, 466,877. So quite a bit of a difference in regards to affordability. So that makes that affordability great again, right? So a couple different things, guys. I wanted to let you know, zip code report right there. Rick's still behind the scenes doing our zip code reports. If you want an idea on what your zip code or even what your city is doing, the zip code report up above, or shoot us an email, text, or click on the link or YouTube comment and let us know how we can help you guys out with your real estate needs in our current market. I wanted to show you one other thing. I'm all over the place a little bit today, so I appreciate the patience. So sales per month here in Arizona, let me bring this back up to the stage. So here in Arizona, we have on us, okay, give it to me again. Sales per month. We take a look at, and this is just 2025 through 2026. I wanted to give us, so for example, rates, right? Rates, we're back. This was July of 2025 last year. July of last year, we had interest rates at 6.75. We're still lower today, 6.55. So I wanted to kind of point that out. Interest rates haven't affected, and overall they do affect the overall morale of the market. I mean, all of us as consumers know when interest rates go up, we're tightening down on things potentially, or we're making sure we're spending the money where we want to spend it. So when it comes to housing, should be no different. So last year, July, we had higher rates. We have lower rates still currently, and real estate overall, here we go, still outperformed. So just kind of wanted to point that out. We've got a lot going on still news wise nationally. Um, Real estate has survived, tariffs, they've survived war, they've survived our storms here in Arizona locally, our monsoons, our haboobs that have come through. And we're on track to, outperform real estate sales for last year. So knowing that we've got a balanced market, we've got, sales holding strong, very close to what they were last year, should just give you some reassurance and some confidence that if you're out there buying or selling, that real estate's it's a great time to be in it. It's not too aggressive, not too let's go back. You can be aggressive as a buyer, and you got to be a little bit ready for that as a seller, depending on your market. But we talk about our zip code report, guys. That zip code report up above. Don't forget to click the link, reach out to us. We're going to have Pat on this week, give us some more market update on the news with the financial news and rates and things going on in the mortgage business. So hopefully this was a quick little snapshot. I rambled on a little bit. Thanks for your patience with me moving charts around again. I always depend on Rick to help us out with that, but we miss you, Rick. I'm going to encourage everybody, send us some comments, send Rick some love. We'll be back again later this week, some more news, and let you know what we have rolling out going into the fall of this year. So thanks for joining us, and have a great rest of the week.